Hey guys, welcome to Wisdom 3, and we are here on the next episode that we're going to be sharing with you. And I'm very proud of this episode because it's something that's close to my heart, and that's about children. Now, the thing with children is that we hold them responsible for everything that they do, but actually, can we blame them for it? Maybe to an extent when they grow up, when they're in the teens, yes, we can. But the grooming starts much before they reach the teenage years. The grooming starts from the day that they are born. Are we taking responsibility for that? Their personalities are churned from the exposure that they have been given to. Maybe their family, their friends, society at large. None of us are taking responsibility for it. And if you actually go to see, it's kind of sad. Now just think of it. When a child is born at the age of nothing, right? They're just born. They're just babbling around and blah blah blah. But then they learn how to speak. They learn how to speak based on the family that they are in. They don't learn English by going to a school at the age of 6 months or 7 months or 8 months, but through the family that they are associated with. So they may learn Hindi, Marathi, Gujarati, Kannada, Arabic, French, Spanish, you name the language based on the family that they are associated with. They learn the ways of life through the family that they are seeing. They may see their mother, their father, their uncle, their aunt, their grandparents. They are the ones who teach them what is right and wrong. Now when we behave the way we behave, a child imbibes that personality into them as well. They take those aspects of a personality and they put it into themselves. So if you're being nice, if you're being kind, they learn kindness. If you're being rude and distant, they are learning the same. Now our education system is secondary in nature, but they also influence the way a child thinks. Just think about it. At least in India, right? Children are being made to go to nursery schools at the ages of 3 and 4, and parents are literally forcing the schools to teach them how to read and write from that young age, saying that there is so much of competition out there, they have to go into the competition and they have to do so much more better than the competition. But is that right for them? At the ages of 3 and 4, the child's motor skills are not even developed to be completely organized and functional. The mind is just exploring its horizons. The child starts being ready for learning by the ages of 7 and 8. If you see in Finland, Norway and Sweden, the 3 top nations in the world providing education, they don't start their first grade until their child is into 7th or 8th years of age. But what do? We are so bothered about competition. But is competition really important for your child? I don't think so. The grooming of a child begins with the parents who support the child at the young age of 2 and 3. Parents are responsible for the way a child has their temperament issues. By giving everything that you desire for the child, or if the child throws a tantrum and you give in to it, you boost their ego to say that if you cry, I'll give you what you want. If you demand, I'll give you what you want. This age group between 0 and 7 are the cognitive years of a child's personality. 60 to 70% of the personality is developed between this age. Parents don't realize that. Schools have become a money-making machine. All they are bothered about is the fee structure. I know a school in Mumbai whose teacher teaches English to the first and second grade students, but she can't speak English. How do you teach a language when you don't understand the basics of a language? The parents are complaining to the management to change the teacher, but the management doesn't want to change it because of some given reason. They want to change it because of some given reason. We're not going to dive into the depths of what is the agenda, but the point is the children of that respective class getting the value-based education? In another school that I visit, I asked the 8th grade students, what is it that you learn in history, geography, math, science, and all these other subjects? How can you implement them into real life? They have no idea that they can implement anything that they learn in real life. Our education system is so theoretically strong that practicality of what they learn is lost. Today, you can ask yourself, what do you remember from what you learned in your 8, 9, 10 grades? Today, you can ask yourself, what did you learn when you were in the 8, 9, 10 grade? What do you remember of it? There are very few things that you'll pick up. There are few things that you can remember. If you open your books again, it'll look like Greek and Latin to you at the end of the day. It'll look like something, wow, what is this? But that's the whole point. Education should have been of grooming the child for the future, building their career from a very young age. We refuse to do that. I know of a principal that I went and requested that I can come and train the teachers. She outwardly refused. Why? Because she's happy with the way that the monies are coming in. She's happy with the way she's managing the parents. She's not looking to improve the nature of education by itself for a student. All that she's bothered with is the grades and the fees. The better the grades, the better the fees. The more the intake, the more the income. That's a sad part of our education system today. There are very few who are thinking on the benefit of the child. Parents want their children to compete, to showcase them in front of the others. Teachers and schools want the students just for a money-making device and nothing more than that. They are not really bothered if a child is going through any problem, any pain, any mental trauma, nothing. Parents are fighting with each other in the house. Husband and wife fighting with each other in front of a child, screaming at each other. Divorce rates are increasing in India. Why is this happening? What is the fault of the child? None of us are taking that into consideration. There are many things that we can see around us that are happening, but we like to place the blame that this person is wrong, that person is wrong. When are we going to take responsibility for what's happening around us? We need to keep that in mind for the next time we try to blame a child or what happens. There's more to come. Keep watching us on Wisdom 3.